6:20 in the morning. Hello there, good morning to you all and welcome to Wake Up News live on Globe Television. I am Sandra at BOAHEN. Let's begin with our top stories. Coming up, the Ghana Police Service has denied allegations of mistreating Oliver Bakavomawa while in custody, dismissing the claims as false and baseless. And Dr. Casey Forson has reaffirmed the caucus's determination to defend their parliamentary majority despite a Supreme Court ruling. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has expressed strong confidence in his party's chances of securing a decisive victory in the upcoming 2024 general elections. And the West African Examinations Council has released the 2024 Basic Education Certificate Examination Provisional results. Coming up later on the international front, Israel continues to bomb Gaza's hopes faith of Hamas leaders that ending war. Details of all the stories and many more coming up shortly. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook at Globe TV GH. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I am Sandra at BOAHEN. Let's start with the first story. The Ghana Police Service has vehemently denied allegations of mistreating activist Oliver Bakavomawa while in custody, dismissing the claims as false and baseless. Bakavomawa is currently facing prosecution by the Office of the Attorney General and was on October 16 granted bail by the High Court, setting an amount of 20,000 Ghana cedis with two sureties. However, efforts to execute the bill have been unsuccessful due to his inability to secure the required sureties. Citing security concerns, the police attempted to transfer Bakavomawa to another cell on October 19, but resisted the transfer, leading to a scuffle with officers. Despite repeated attempts to persuade him, the situation escalated when officers tried to handcuff him, resulting in minor scratches on his right hand, according to the police. The police promptly took Bakavomawa to the hospital, where he received treatment and was later discharged. In a statement released on Sunday, the police reassured the public of their commitment to maintaining law and order while ensuring the protection and safety of all individuals in their custody. Away from that, now in Parliament, the minority leader in Parliament, Dr. Casey Forson, has reaffirmed his caucus's determination to defend their parliamentary majority despite a Supreme Court ruling that temporarily halts a decision by the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin.
A controversy emerged when Speaker Bagbin declared 4 parliamentary seats vacant after 3 MPs announced their intention to run as independent candidates in the 2024 elections. This would have given the opposition National Democratic Congress a slim majority. However, the Supreme Court intervened, unanimously ruling to stay the execution of Bagbin's declaration, maintaining the current parliamentary numbers. However, the minority caucus led by Dr. Forson remains resolute in defending their claimed majority, vowing to jealously guard the opposition.
On the basis of this fact not being in dispute, Mr. Speaker proceeded to evaluate the circumstances and decided that their conduct breached Article 97(1)(g) and (h). Pursuant to Order 18 of the Standing Orders, the Right Honourable Speaker communicated to the House the vacancies of the 4 seats. For the avoidance of doubt, the Speaker's decisions to declare the 4 seat vacant is lawful exercise of his responsibilities derived from the 1992 Constitution and the Standing Orders of Parliament. The effect of the Speaker's declaration is that currently we no longer have an independent member of Parliament. The NPP has 135 members of Parliament only. The NDC has 136 members of Parliament, and there is no second Deputy Speaker of Parliament. This effectively alters the configuration of the 8th Parliament significantly. The NPP group in Parliament are now the minority caucus as defined by the relevant sections of Order 6 of the Standing Orders of Parliament. The minority caucus means members of the party or parties that have the second largest number of seats in Parliament. The NDC now constitute the majority caucus in this 8th Parliament. We will jealously protect our newly majority status and will not bow, retreat, nor surrender our lawfully earned status. Yeah. We will also not abdicate our responsibility to the people of Ghana, no matter what. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will change this position.
Dr. Case Latoforsen expressed concerns about the Supreme Court's intervention in parliamentary matter, questioning the balance of power between the government branches. He believes the judiciary involvement undermines Parliament's independence. Speaking to journalists on Sunday, Dr. Latoforsen emphasized that the Supreme Court's action raised critical questions about the separation of powers and limits of judicial authority over the legislative affairs.
We are fortified that the proceedings of Parliament shall not be impeached or questioned in any court or placed out of Parliament. Any interference with the business of Parliament is unlawful, unacceptable, and shall be resisted. We have never hidden our position that we are in Parliament for the ordinary people of Ghana. It is indeed true that we will use our new majority numbers to benefit Ghanaians by introducing private members' bill to remove the e-levy and to reduce the suffering of the people of Ghana. Yeah. It is also true that we will use our new majority to remove the betting tax and other nuisance taxes. Yeah.
The Adaklu lawmaker Kwame Govins Aboza has issued a stern warning to the military, urging them to refrain from being exploited to impose the new Patriotic Party's majority in Parliament following the Speaker's ruling.
We are aware that between yesterday and today, some elements of government have had a meeting again to deploy the military to the precincts of Parliament to enter the tent. We are aware of that. We can just ask those around the Accra Sports Stadium that at a point in time tomorrow they repeat the same misconduct. We can guarantee them the people of this country are sovereign. If you wear a military uniform or police uniform, you work to the Constitution. But they should be aware that the life of this government is less than 2 months. They will have to account for their conduct in 2020 and whatever they do tomorrow. But they shouldn't be surprised the people of this country would react forcefully to any misconduct of anybody in uniform on Tuesday.
Now, former Minister of Foreign Affairs and Awutu Senior West, Member of Parliament Hannah Sewa Tete, has raised thought-provoking questions regarding the Supreme Court decision-making process. Her remarks come in the wake of the court's recent ruling that overturned Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin's decision to oust 4 members of Parliament. Taking to her Facebook page, she questioned whether the justices of the Supreme Court consider public opinion and the broader social implications of their rulings, particularly in politically charged cases. The United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa emphasized the significance of the judiciary's role in maintaining stability in Ghana's democratic system, especially as elections draw closer. In her post, she acknowledged the expectation for the judiciary to interpret the law impartially and ensure its fair application. However, she stressed that these decisions are made within the context of a society governed by the same laws which encompasses diverse stakeholders. Away from that, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has expressed a strong confidence in his party's chances of securing a decisive victory in the upcoming 2024 general elections, both in the presidential race and in parliament. Addressing a crowd of enthusiastic supporters in Nkoko in the eastern region on Saturday, Dr. Bawumia assured the audience that his extensive campaign efforts, combined with data gathered from over 200 constituencies, indicates a clear path to victory for the NPP.
Enti ehia paase yetu abanoma Dr. Bawumia, but ehia more so say yetu abamano Emma Joseph Frimpong, because ye pay parliamentary majority. And yes sir, ye ko munim said the TSC omu high no 137. Now, a cost said a cost say ya, Yenina Kaboma by midnight on December 7th, Munina Betty say MPP has a decisive majority in parliament. No bones about it. Enra Echi, Omuye Adiebi wa parliament, Kase, Omuni majority. Samotiye. Anyway, Omuya 24 hours majority. Anjabia baby 24-hour majority. No Omuya. The shortest living majority that I know of in history. 24-hour majority. No Omuya. Now, at the end I want to say, me person mo tie say, who per majority come to the polling station, come to the constituency, win an election, and then go to parliament. You untina parliament to manufacture a majority for yourself. And yes, sir, we will meet them in the constituencies. We will meet them at the polling station.
The parliamentary candidates for the National Democratic Congress in the Tripoli constituency, Alajo Saidu Al-Hassan, has strongly criticized the NPP government for its poor performance. He points out the government's neglect and abandonment of projects in the constituency, which has affected almost all sectors of the economy.
The parliamentary candidate highlighted that the NPP government made several promises to the people of Tripoli, including improving road networks, ensuring peace and security, and creating job opportunities. However, government has failed to deliver on these promises, leaving the people disappointed and frustrated. Alajo emphasized that the NPP government failure to deliver on its promises is a clear indication of its incompetence.
There's nothing on the ground that I can talk about. You can see, you yourself, you saw it coming from Tamale. You saw the nature of our roads from Nalurigu to Chiraponi again. You see it. You came through that road, so you know. From Bunkuruku to Chiraponi, the same thing. From Togo, which from Yoku side to Chiraponi. So all the four corners of Chiraponi. Whoever has passed through those stretch of roads, you testify by yourself. Nobody is going to tell you the story. You yourself can tell that Tripoli, we are far behind. We are really far behind in terms of infrastructure and development. And one thing they have failed woefully is the peace. Tripoli has been in a let's say. There have been pockets of issues.
He assured the people of Chereponi that John Dramani Mahama and the NDC would rescue the constituency from the NPP's poor governance when elected in the December 7th election.
Something that is very dear to me as the PC for NDC, and then dear to JM, John Dramani Mahama, and then the people of Chereponi. We want the party to come back so that we can project the good image of Chereponi for the rest of the world to see. So we want the party to come in, especially JM and Alajo to win, and then we can project Chereponi to the rest of the world.
Now, away from the camp of the Umbrella Party, let's move to the founder of the Movement for Change. Alan Tremonton has positioned himself as the leader Ghana needs during this critical period of heightened political tensions between the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress. Speaking at a mega walk in Kumasi, Alan Tremonton asserted that both parties are entangled in internal conflict and can no longer be trusted to maintain peace or effectively govern the country. He argued that the current constitution promotes corruption and hampers good governance, calling for significant amendments to create a more accountable system.
Within 1 year, Ghana will be transformed. They are also and so Ghana for say Emrapowa a wayem by any moon. A 1992 constitution. Any why the 1992 constitution, it is a hindrance to democracy in Ghana. Say answer constitution now. No more baby wayem enkoye. Alan Chamante meba, mami asisa constitution. Omaino, you watch him, you know. Bibia here said bear policy and the politics. NDC, MPP, NDC, MPP, NDC for MPP. Omo kuntopa. Ghana yo omo dia. Oh, mun kancham na me ko transit. Ghana yo omo dia. Na say nipa mienu kuntopa. So we have referee and I'm Alan Chamartin is the referee for Ghana. Alan Chamartin pe and obetime dey asonwia ba Ghana. Choboy, won't me. Election year koi. Say NDC winia asembeba. MPP winia asembeba. The only person who winning asonwia ba Ghana ay Alan Chamartin.
Still to come, the West African Examinations Council has released the 2024 Basic Education Certificate Examination Provisional Results. More stories coming up right after the break this day. Welcome back from the break. The West African Examinations Council has released the 2024 Basic Education Certificate Examination Provisional Results. School candidates' results will be dispatched to their schools, while private candidates can access theirs directly. WAEC detected more practices resulting in the cancellation of subject results for 380 candidates involving 377 schools and 3 private candidates. Entire results were cancelled for 42 candidates, including 41 school candidates and 1 private candidate. WAEC is also withholding the results of 33 school candidates and 3 private candidates as further investigations are being conducted into irregularities. WAEC also noted that some subject results from 149 schools have been withheld due to reported malpractices. The council indicated that these results might either be cancelled or released depending on the outcome of the investigations. The exam saw 569,236 school candidates, including 282,703 males, 286,533 females from 19,505 schools and 1,390 private candidates. Away from that, the Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram Samnati George has called out a Supreme Court judge for spreading falsehoods about the recent Family Values March on October 8. The march aimed to pressure the judiciary to expedite the trial of the anti-LGBTQ bill.
Sam George emphasizes that the march was peaceful and adhered to agreement with the Ghana Police Service. However, a Supreme Court judge alleged that the march attempted to visit mayhem on the Supreme Court, which he deemed a grave and investigable claim. Sam George clarified that the purpose of the march was to request a timetable for the early trial promised by the Chief Justice and not to influence the ruling. He cited 2 cases where the court swiftly issued hearing notices and heard cases without the respondent's statement of defense.
It doubles as the president of the Association of Judges and Magistrates. He speaks barely 24 hours after I have led a march to the Supreme Court. He claims that I have brought a mob to visit mayhem. He claims that I have made demands of the Supreme Court, demands that are not included in my petition. You've listened to the tape. Demands, claims that I'm asking for rulings to be made in my favor. Claims that I have held insults at the person of the Chief Justice. You heard the tape. The allegations of attempting to visit mayhem on the Supreme Court of Ghana made by a judge of the Supreme Court are very grave and need to be investigated.
The Ningo Prampram MP assured to invoke the Privileges Committee of Parliament to summon the Supreme Court judge, requiring him to substantiate his claims. This move seeks to protect Parliament's image and ensure accountability.
In that press encounter, several untruths were unfortunately peddled about the Families Values March by the said judge of the Supreme Court. And it is imperative that the facts are established without any doubt for the benefit of the public. As such, I will be invoking the jurisdiction of the Privileges Committee of Parliament to summon the gentleman who is a judge of the Supreme Court to the Privileges Committee of Parliament. He addressed the said press conference and he needs to substantiate a number of untruthful claims he made in his press conference.
Coming up on the international front, Israel continues to bomb Gaza as hopes fade of Hamas leaders' death and then war to stay. Now, Israel has launched new airstrikes and sent more troops into Gaza, dashing brief hopes among many residents of the territory that the killing of the Hamas leader could bring an end to the devastating conflict. He was killed on Thursday by tank fire directed at a building in Rafah in the far south of Gaza after exchanging fire with an Israeli patrol. Several airstrikes were reported overnight and on Friday morning. At least 62 dead have been recorded since Thursday, according to Palestinian health authorities in Gaza.
The Israeli military pounded Beirut and Gaza on Sunday after what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said was an assassination attempt by Iran's proxy Hezbollah the day before. The army released video of what it said was an attack on Hezbollah's intelligence headquarters in Beirut on Sunday. Reuters could not verify the date and location of the video released. It comes as Hezbollah also continued to fire rockets into northern Israel through the weekend. On Saturday, an Israeli spokesman said a drone was launched at Netanyahu's holiday home. The Prime Minister was not there at the time, and it was not immediately clear if the home was hit. Netanyahu called it a grave mistake as Israel prepares to retaliate for an Iranian missile barrage earlier this month. There was no immediate comment from Hezbollah. In Gaza, Israeli bombardment killed more than 100 people across the coastal enclave, medics and Hamas media said. Most of the casualties came from strikes on a multi-floor building in the northern town of Beit Lahia. Promises by all sides to keep fighting have chilled hopes that the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar on Wednesday might lead to truces in Gaza and Lebanon. Israel released footage on Saturday said to show the final moments of the Hamas leader before an Israeli tank destroyed the building he was in. Reuters was able to verify the location of the video, but not the date it was shot.
Civilian casualties have been far too high.
US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said in Italy on Saturday he wants more humanitarian aid going into Gaza as civilians struggle to survive. He also said the United States would like to see Israel scale back some of its strikes in and around Beirut. Although sources say with US elections approaching, Israel is looking to seize the moment and use intensified military operations to ensure its regional rivals cannot regroup before a new president enters the White House in January.
My colleague Vincent is standing by to give us the latest in the world of sports right after the break this day.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the sports segment of the Wake Up Show with me, Vincent Fogo. We will take a look at the ongoing WAFU Zone B Under 20 qualifiers, of which Ghana Under 20 defeated Niger 2-0. Also, we will take a look at the match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. That is the results of the match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Kumasi Asante Kotoko won 1-0 over Samatex. Hasselhoek played out a goalless draw with Dreams FC. We also take a look at the results of the match day 4 of the Access Bank Division 1 League, and also the results of the match day 1 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. Now let's do a quick break. We'll be back with the details of these stories. Welcome. Let's start with the WAFU Zone B Under 20 qualifiers. Ghana Under 20 national team, that is the Black Satellites, won 2-0 over their counterpart Niger. Well, so Aziz Misbah gave the Black Satellites a lead, and of course he added a second one, giving us a 2-0 win over Niger. So that is his second goal. Aziz Misbah getting the brace for the Black Satellites. Of course, this happens to be the WAFU Zone B AFCON qualifiers. Now let's move on to the man of the match. The man I was talking about, Aziz Misbah, was adjudged the man of the match after scoring 2 goals for the Black Satellites over Niger. Now let's move on to the results of the match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Of course, Kumasi Asante Kotoko won 1-0, but before that, Vision FC and Bichim United played out a 1-1 draw. As I told you early on, Kotoko won 1-0 over Samatex. Dreams FC and Hasselhoek played out a goalless draw. Zuatemana FC won 2-0 over Basaki Holy Stars at home. Now Brekum Chelsea also defeated Legon City 3-1. Karela United won 1-0 over Heart of Lions. Mediama won 1-0 over Nations FC. Gold Stars won 2-0 over Adriana Stars.
Ball being shot. And about battling. That's lost the ball. Patrick Asiedu on the left for Kotoko. Good move from Asiedu. Albert Amoah. What a goal this is. Just half an hour. And Albert Amoah has put the men in red up front. 3rd goal this season for Albert Amoah is in.
The wing play for Kumasi Asante Kotoko is working. Look at how he manages to take the defender on. And Albert Amoah within the sensitive zone. He's one guy in as much as he hasn't been that potent, but you cannot write him off within that moment.
Amoah, a pass to Asiedu. Asiedu strikes offside.
This time around they will save. The high line is working.
It was good composure from Asiedu. Another strike from entry. And that was a brilliant save from Kofi Ban. Kotoko still knocking for the next goal. Asiedu goes back to O'Neill. O'Neill's pass for Che. Asiedu gets it in space. Asiedu's cross once again. And goalkeeper Kofi Ban had to once again battle. This is Mama. Mama has got into a dangerous position. Mama's pass. Could this be an opportunity?
Also, that was Kotoko's victory over Samatex. Now we move on to the teams that are unbeaten so far in the league. That is after match day 7. We still have some teams that are unbeaten. Of course, Kumasi Asante Kotoko unbeaten, and also Brekum Chelsea unbeaten, and Bibiani Gold Stars also still unbeaten. Let's take a look at the results of the match day 4 of the Access Bank Division 1 League. And we start off with the Zone 1A. Yape FC won 2-0 over Victory Club Warriors. Tamale City won 3-0 over Real Tamale United. While Wale Catholic Stars won 2-1 over Wa Sorenante, and also Wa Power SC and Northern City played out a goalless draw. Let's move on to the Zone 1B. Of course, we have Techiman 11 Wonders defeating Techiman Heroes 3-0. Wamanafu Mighty Royals won 1-0 over DBB United. Techiman Liberty Youth and Bofo Akwatano played out a 2-2 draw, and also Kwesiami Ocheme Soccer Academy scored Doma City 3-0. Let's move on to the Zone 2. These are the results of the Zone 2. FC Nania 1, Akachi All Stars 0, Home Stars 0, Rainmasters 3, Hoho United 4, True Democracy 1. Today we have Koforidia Sempafi playing out. Playing against Port City, and also we have Atrom Divesa playing against Nagod FC, Kotoku Royals also against Grid Olympics. Let's move on to Zone 3, and this is the results of Zone 3. King Faisal and New Edibiasi FC played out a 1-1 draw. Second Rose Park won 1-0 over Soccer Intellectuals. Nzima Kotoko 1, UCC Youngsters 1. Asakim 2, Sekondi 11Y 0, Sky FC 0, Park Academy 1, Swedro All Blacks 1, Sevi All Stars 0, Bekwai Heroes 2, Elmina Sharks 0, Mysterious Dwarfs 0, Future Stars 1. Now, let's watch the highlights of Tamale City against RTU.
Hamza's cross, headed, and that is the first goal for Tamale City. Can you just describe what has happened? Sumptuous football, beautiful play, and history will continue to dominate.
Runs and moves are something that Real Tamale United must check. And like I said, Tamale City are testing their fullbacks of Real Tamale United, and there are lapses. You could see the overload in moment. Look at that ball. Beautiful cross. And the goalkeeper was totally beat.
Could be the course.
A very good free kick taker. He can cross and he can also shoot at goal.
Bassett, another header, and there you go. Who else? Abdul Aziz Adams.
Delivery from the wide. Look at that boy again. Look at the dominance. Brilliant from Abdul Aziz.
Atumbonsu gets the best. Atumbonsu's cross. This is Bassett Lamale. A shot. And the third goal comes.
3 goals and 3 points for Tamale Cities against RTU. RTU lost their first game in this season's Access Bank Division 1 League. Let's move on to the Malta Guineas Women's Premier League. That is match day 1 results. Northern Zone, Northern Ladies 1, Savannah FC 0, Kumasi Sports Academy 3, Supreme Ladies 1, Tamale Super Ladies 0, Dreams Ladies 3, Prisons Ladies 0, and Pemdakwa 2. Today we have Fosu Royals playing against Sunshining Ladies. Let's move on to the Southern Zone and we bring you the results of the Southern Zone. Epiphany Warriors 2, Faith Ladies 0, Army Ladies 2, Soccer Intellectuals 0, Lady Strikers 0, Police Ladies 4. And also we have Jonina Ladies and Halifax Ladies, and also Hazakas Ladies will be playing today against Berry Ladies. And that's how we draw curtains on sports this morning. My name is Vincent Fogo. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much, Vincent, for the updates in sports. Let's take a recap of the top stories. The Ghana Police Service has denied allegations of mistreating Oliver Bakavomawo while in custody, dismissing the claims as false and baseless. And also, Dr. Casey Latterforson has reaffirmed his caucus determination to defend their parliamentary majority despite Supreme Court ruling. And on the international front, Israel continues to bomb Gaza as hopes fade of Hamas leaders that ending war. That'll be all for you this morning. I am Sandra BOAHEN. Up next is CSA. Thank you so much for your time this morning.